So viewers, I've been out cradling with killer prospecting for several days. This is some of the concentrates and a clean up from those adventures. I hope you enjoy as I recite a newspaper article from the Bathurst Times from the 9th of April 1913. Hill End gold find, a rich discovery. Confirmation of the news published in the Times on Monday in reference to the discovery of a gold-bearing reef on the property of Hawkins Hill, Reward Hill End was received yesterday. The find appears to have been a very rich one. An absolute new reef has been opened up on the surface of the well-known Prince Alfred Hill, which is 200 yards in a southwesterly direction from the old Romet Emmet shaft, near the exhibition shaft, where the Hawkins Hill Reward Company is carrying on the present crushing. The new reef has been stripped some 50 or 60 feet and has promising indications of a good return. An idea of its richness may be gleaned from the fact that in one day a pound weight of gold was recovered. The find naturally caused great excitement in the field. Few, if any, of the residents resting until they had seen it. Feverish feeling was something akin to that of the good old days when Hill End provided similar entertainments for its residents. So here's another story from the Goulburn Evening Penny Post on 15th of July 1893. Rich gold discoveries at Hill End. Mudgee, Thursday. Splendid news is hand from Hill End. Rich gold was struck in the new Paxton yesterday. Sutter and party also struck rich gold in the new era, adjoining the Robert Emmet. They banked 3 bags of rich specimens last night and are still putting out rich specimens. Hall and party this morning cleaned up 53 ounces from 43 tons of stone. Hill End Thursday, there is great excitement at the new era claim, where Thomas Sutter and party struck wonderfully rich gold last evening, adjoining the Scandinavian mine. 4 bags containing 500 weight of rich specimens were lodged with the bank last night. Reliable miners considered this the best find for many years. The new Paxton's claim also struck 5 ounces of stone yesterday morning. Hall and party cleaned up for 50 ounces of gold from 43 tons of stone. At the hill, everybody is jubilant. So they're obviously talking about a lot of gold coming out of these mines from Hill End. But me and Joshy were just having a yarn, and I'd like to talk about where it says Thomas Sutter and party struck wonderfully rich gold last evening, okay? 4 bags containing 500 weight of rich specimens were lodged with the bank last night. For those who don't know, 100 weight is around 50 kilos. So when it says 500 weight, they're talking about 250 odd kilos of rich specimens that they put in the bank ready for crushing. So Hill End, the Sutters and Paxton's claim was definitely kicking some goals in 1893. Super cool information. Not just intriguing, but 100 weight of gold specimens. That is something I would love to put on my bucket list. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the show, and I've got another story coming up from the Daily Telegraph from the 22nd of January 1925. This one titled Big Gold Find Discovery at Hill End. They were pretty original with their newspaper titles back in 1925. What is said to be the best gold find in years is reported from Hill End. Matthews and Davis prospectors have discovered a reef only a few feet from the surface, showing free gold and estimated to yield 20 ounces to the ton. The same party at a depth of 50 feet struck a second reef 50 feet wide, which is believed to yield 2 ounces to the ton. It makes an excellent show. The reef is on the same line from the reef from the famous Halterman and Byers specimen, worth £10,000. It was also taken from that in the old days, many thousands of pounds of gold was won. It is virgin country and adjoining the old Magnet mine. The find has caused considerable excitement. At Hill End and adjoining claims have already been taken up. In the past, Hill End and Tambaroora in the area was the scene of probably one of the most important alluvial gold mining rushes in the state. The principal watercourses in the neighbourhood have been worked over and over again, and in places phenomenal yields were obtained. In places in non-shallow deposits. After the first rush of European miners had subsided in the early 70s, there was a great influx in the ground. At one period, there were 14,000 Chinese on the field, and they obtained some hundreds of thousands of ounces of gold from these worked out diggings. Since then, there have been little bands of fossickers from time to time who occasionally make a strike, usually in a small patch of virgin ground. The Hill End and Tambaroora field was also the scene of the first reef-making operations in Australia, and since its discovery towards the close of 1851, it is estimated that about 50 tonnes of gold has been recovered from the area of 5 square miles. Whilst the multiplicity of reefs entails considerable prospecting works, it is at the same time increasing bonanzas. There is always the prospect in the locality owing to the peculiar formation of obtaining many ounces of gold, even though the reef is of insignificant width. Mr. A.J. Marshall, who has had considerable experience in mining at Hill End and who recently paid a visit to the locality, says that Matthews and Davis are prospecting on the Magnet Reef at Tambaroora, which is 5 miles distant from where the Halterman and Byers specimen was found. It is not on the line of the old reef, as stated in the telegram. Mr. Marshall thinks it is very likely that the prospectors referred to have struck a gold reef, but he thinks some mistake has been made in asserting that a reef 50 feet wide and estimated to yield 2 ounces to the ton had been located. This would be quite phenomenal, and all past records of gold mining in New South Wales is quite improbable. James Wiseman Marshall, another interesting character, one of the many people that lived in Hill End of the 1800s. I'm told he was a fantastic prospector and he got really rich. And there's lots of other information I can fess up about him, but for another time maybe, and for you guys to research as well. A lot of that's in my old man's books and documentaries. Okay, one last story for you, and this is from the Sydney Mail and a New South Wales Advisor from the 10th of May 1879. This one starts off as Hill End. Our engraving of this famous township will recall numerous memories, a few of them pleasant, most of them painful. Hill End is notorious through having given birth to one of the most remarkable mining manias yet chronicled in the history of New South Wales. Situated in the very centre of one of the richest gold-bearing districts in the colony, it has acquired an Australian fame, and indeed London speculators have been asked to invest their funds in its properties. Hill End is distant about 180 miles from Sydney, 32 miles by bridle track from Bathurst, and about 40 miles from Mudgee. The town is built on the crest of a lofty range which dips down to what diggers used to call the Golden River, the Turon. Safala is built on the banks of the same stream, but about 25 miles by coach ride eastward from Hill End. When the Turon was first rushed many years ago, immense quantities of alluvial gold were unearthed at Tambaroora, a district 3 or 4 miles further away from the river than Hill End. Many a small fortune was picked up at Tambaroora, but Hill End was comparatively non-productive in the precious metal. It had no existence as a township, but the alluvial workings soon played out, and the few miners who had not drifted off to fresh fields in Australia or New Zealand turned their attention to the numerous reefs in the vicinity, and after years of hard and persevering toil were rewarded by the discovery of some wonderful deposits, especially in the quartz veins of Hawkins Hill. The sudden disclosure of the gold bedded in these claims maddened the community. Never had a scoundrel a grander opportunity for snatching the hard-earned savings of a weak-headed people. Brokers multiplied with amazing rapidity, and bubble companies swarmed in the market. Hardly anybody escaped the contagion. Philosophers, divines, widowers, merchants, artisans, all succumbed.
Did you receive an email today?
Probably. I haven't checked them. Oh,